Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and we have our, part 2 of our last video, even though it's on a different topic. We have the most overrated players in the NBA. I know, right here, this video idea says overrated and underrated NBA players, but we did underrated NBA players yesterday. Make sure to go back and watch that video, and today we're focused on the overrated NBA players. As you can see, video response, or submit video idea, and guess what? I did it. So, I will promise I will I promise I'm doing this. I don't really know how else to put that. But you submit your video idea, as long as it's not stupid, I'm doing it. And I promise that. So yeah, like and subscribe and get ready for this overrated NBA player video. Now to start this video, it might be a little bit controversial. Now for Anthony Edwards statistics this year, it'll probably sound a little crazy that I'm considering him overrated. But right now, 26 points per game, 5 rebounds and 5 assists. That sounds pretty good. And efficiency-wise, he's shooting 47 from the field and 38 from 3, which are both pretty good efficiency numbers. But the main reason why Anthony Edwards is on this list is just because of the NBA fan/media. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard a media member, someone who might be on ESPN, probably not the TNT guys, because Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, and even Ernie are old enough to know that this guy is nothing, or not nothing, but this guy is nowhere near the level of Michael Jordan. But there are so many NBA media personnel, NBA fans, that are saying that this guy is the next coming of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Now, I think this video would be a little bit more prevalent last season, when Anthony Edwards was putting up only 24 points per game, but was still an all-star, because the same rumblings about him being the next Michael Jordan were still happening last season. I think if we take the narrative off of Anthony Edwards, he still deserves to be an all-star, but we have to relax on him being potentially one of the greatest players of all time, because yes, he might look a little bit like Michael Jordan, and he is insanely competitive and athletic. We need to relax on the greatest of all time comparisons, because right now Anthony Edwards is really just Anthony Edwards. So I have to admit that one's not really a real one, but nonetheless, I'm just going to put it in. Next up, we have Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. And just like Anthony Edwards, you might be thinking, why is this guy on an overrated NBA players list? Because he's an all-star and he does put up some pretty good counting numbers. This season, Julius Randle is averaging 24 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. From the field, he's shooting 47% from the field and 31% from 3, while also shooting about 77% from the free throw line. Now, those numbers that I mentioned, yes, are all-star numbers, maybe apart from that three-point percentage where it has gone down since last year. But the main thing for Julius Randle and this New York Knicks team is just his play style. Julius Randle is a hard isolation type of player who, when he goes down the court, it's either his shot or he does not know how to play basketball. Really cannot space the floor at all for their best player, Jalen Brunson, and overall is not a very likable player. Every single time he does not get a call that goes his way, he'll stay back on the offensive side, will not get back on defense, and will basically cry in the referee's face. Overall, Julius Randle, yes, is a good NBA player, but at the end of the day, his play style does not match where the Knicks need to be to potentially win an NBA championship. At the end of the day, he can't create space for Jalen Brunson, and it's really hard to watch him play isolation basketball, even though he's not that bad at it. And don't get me started on his teammates' faces when he doesn't get back on defense, because Julius Randle is definitely a hard teammate. But again, he's an all-star, so what more can I say? Next up, we have Josh Giddy. And, oh wait, my bad, didn't mean for this picture to be up here. So far this season, Josh Giddy is averaging 11 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game. From the field, he's shooting 44, and from 3, he's shooting 32, which is the same as what he did last year. Free throw line, he's pretty good, 84%. But the main thing when I look at Josh Giddy is just how every single starter on his team is trending up, while he's trending down. In his rookie season, 13 points per game, 6.5 assists, 7 rebounds. In his second season in the NBA, 17 points per game, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds. But this year, like I mentioned before, 11 points per game, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. At the end of the day, have the allegations maybe hindered his play a little bit? Definitely. But the fact that this team is probably the #1 team in the West right now, I mean, it's definitely close, but you can make the argument. And every single one of their players are trending up, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was an MVP candidate, Jalen Williams, who is one of my most underrated NBA players, Chet Holmgren, who's going to be all-rookie first team, and Lou Dort, he's a lockdown defender. Then you have a guy like Josh Giddy, who ever since his rookie season has gotten worse, except his second season, he was good. But this is definitely his worst year of his career. The three-point shot has not looked good. The booing from the crowd, the news, the allegations, everything has not looked good for Josh Giddy. I think at the end of the day, especially the way this Thunder team is going, he's going to need a new setting to better display his talents, because right now, it just doesn't really feel like he fits with this Thunder team. He's the worst starter, in my opinion. And overall, just his play style, he's a lot slower than everyone else on this Thunder team. I just think that just doesn't fit right now. Overall, whether the allegations are true or not, Josh Giddy is not a good... I can't say that. He's not a underrated NBA player. Josh Giddy is an overrated NBA player. Next up, we have Grant Williams of the Charlotte Hornets. So far this season, Grant Williams is averaging 8 points per game, 4 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game. Now, you might be wondering why this role player is on this overrated NBA players list. I'll tell you right now. The Mavericks traded away Grant Williams for the sole reason of him being annoying. In the preseason, or during training camps, Luka Doncic said that Grant Williams talks a lot, and the Mavericks said it wasn't a great fit from the start, and the reason they got rid of him was yapping. An NBA organization got rid of an NBA player for yapping. If that doesn't tell you all you need, I don't know what does. With the Dallas Mavericks, Grant Williams averaged 41% from the field, 36% from 3, and 74% from the line. Overall, as a role player, he's supposed to hit his threes. Can't really do that. And Grant Williams, even as a role player, is an overrated NBA player. That's an insane feat to accomplish. Being a role player and still being overrated, no one can do that except Grant Williams. Still can't get over that the Mavericks traded this guy because he was yapping. That's crazy. The last player on this list is Andrew Wiggins, who's averaging 12 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and only 1 assist per game. From the field, Andrew Wiggins is shooting 44 from the field and 34 from 3, while also shooting 70% from the free throw line. Now, Andrew Wiggins has basically had all the opportunity in this world to become a star. With injuries to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and especially a suspension from Draymond Green, this guy had every single opportunity to break out and become a low to mid 20-point per game scorer. And 2 seasons ago, when the Warriors won their championship, Andrew Wiggins was not great in the playoffs, but in the regular season, somehow he earned All-Star honors. Only averaging 17 points per game, by the way. Overall, right now, Jonathan Kuminga is the better NBA player, and Andrew Wiggins should only be known as getting carried by his teammates. Steph Curry, Draymond, Klay Thompson all made this guy into an all-star type of player, when in reality, he's nothing shorter than a role player, at best. Overall, no hate to these guys, the 5 that I just mentioned. Obviously, calling them overrated NBA players does seem like hate, but definitely for Anthony Edwards, he's one of the best young players in this league. The reason I had to put him on this list is just because of the Michael Jordan comparisons. For Julius Randle, his gameplay just does not fit the Knicks, and overall, there's a lot of flashes in his game where, at least as an NBA fan, it's hard to watch. For Josh Giddy, he's just so much worse than the last 2 years. Maybe the allegations got to him. Maybe it's another reason. I'm not sure. Overall, just not good. For Grant Williams, he's just a bad role player, which is hard to be, but that's what he is. And finally, for Andrew Wiggins, his teammates carried him for the NBA media and NBA fans to believe this guy was an all-star, but in reality, he's just an okay role player. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go into the description. Click the suggest videos because I promise I will do it. Suggest video ideas because I will do it. just like this video and the last video. The reason I'm on the screen is because just hit 190 subscribers. Thank you. By the time you're watching this, I could be at 200. Who knows? Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching this video, and see you next time. Peace.